Good day to you all who have joined us this evening. Good day to all distinguished guests, country leaders, speakers, delegates, young women leaders joining us from different areas in and out Africa. If you can hear me, just put a thumbs up. Okay. That is very satisfying. On behalf of young African Young African Women Leaders Fellowship, it is my honor to welcome you leaders on this important continental conference. We will begin with an opening prayer. Let's pray. Almighty God, we thank you for bringing us together from different countries and communities across Africa. We thank you for your wisdom, guidance, and protection throughout this conference. Bless every leader, speaker, organizer, and participant. Help us to listen, learn, and collaborate, and use our leadership to create positive changes in our community and across our continent. May this gathering strengthen young women, create new opportunity, and contribute to a united, peaceful, and prosperous Africa. Amen. So before we start, I would like to respectfully recognize the presence of our Honorable Global President, Mr. David Venter, and our Deputy Global President, Lady Maxine. You can just give this thumbs up to the fellow leaders. I would also like to welcome all fellowship leadership, country chairperson, deputy chairperson, invited speakers, program facilitators, and all delegates participating from across Africa and around the world. And the one convening is Anna Peter from Tanzania, and I'll have the privilege of serving as a program director for today's conference. So this conference bring us together to strengthening young women leadership, advance economic empowerment, promote policy influence, and building meaningful collaboration across Africa. During the program, we will explore the leadership opportunity within Africa's informal economy, economic empowerment, continental collaboration, and African Vision 2030. We'll also introduce the Micro and Informal Economy Enterprises Award Program, launch the Ubuntu Movement and Informal Economy Advocacy Song, and participate in an interactive continental dialogue. Before we continue, I would like to observe several housekeeping. Kindly keep your microphone muted when you're not speaking. Participants are encouraged to remain attentively and actively engaged throughout the chat and designated discussion session. All presenters are encouraged to maintain their allocated time. During the fellowship pledge, participants will be requested to switch on their cameras and follow the designated pledge leader silently. With that, it is my honor to officially welcome you to the African Young Women Leaders Fellowship Conference. We'll now move on to our first speaker, who, with the track on the WIFO session. The WIFO session is all about what I feel like expressing as being part of this continental conference. I would like to welcome leader Agnes from Zambia, Jemina from Namibia, and Jerry from Kenya. Leaders, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. All right.
Agnes? Yes,
Uh,
you're welcome.
am I? Oh, thank you. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you're audible.
All right. Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate. My name is Agnes Kalu from Zambia. I'm glad to be part of this continental conference under the theme From the Informal Economy to the Decision Making Table. This reminds us that the voices of people working in the informal economy matters. They should not only work hard but also be included in the making decisions that affect their lives. Thank you so much. I am happy to be part of this conference because it has given me an opportunity to interact with other leaders from different countries and also to make a change in my community and also to contribute positive to my community. As a young woman and a leader, I am inspired to speak up, support my community, and help ensure that women and young people have a seat at the decision making table. Together, we can transform a better Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leader Agnes. I would like to welcome Leader Jemina from Namibia. Jerry from Kenya.
Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Lida, for this opportunity. Um, so what I feel like expressing today is a profound sense of connection and inspiration. Before joining this fellowship, I never imagined that I will have meaningful conversations with young women leaders from across Africa. But through this program and this platform, I have had the privilege of interacting with remarkable individuals from different countries and cultures and backgrounds, all united by a common desire to serve and create impact. So, what makes this experience special is the realization that we are building a community that transcends borders. Every interaction reminds me that Africa is filled with young women who are passionate, innovative, resilient, and determined to lead their communities better than they found them. Through the engagement, I have gained new perspective, discovered different approaches to leadership, and learned service. That service becomes more impactful when we remain open to learning from others. And the diversity of thoughts within this fellowship has challenged me to grow, think bigger, and lead with great purpose. So today I feel encouraged by the connection we have built, motivated by knowledge we continue to share, and excited about the possibilities that lie ahead when young women leaders come together with a common purpose. Thank you to Madam Chantel for this fellowship. We don't take it for granted. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry from Kenya. I would now like to welcome our next presenter from Tanzania, who will take us through the informal economy and the future of African young women. Welcome, Eliwaisha. Leaders, Eliwaisha, you're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Lidana. As I've been introduced, my name is Elwandisha Gerson, a treasurer from Tanzania. To set the stage of our discussion, I would like to highlight the realities of Africa's informal economy. Informal economy is the largest source of employment in Africa. Around 80 to 90% of many African countries is in the informal sector. A lot of people earn a living through street vending, tailoring, small-scale farming, transporting, and other small-scale businesses. Yet, this vital workforce remain largely invisible. These entrepreneurs work with limited capital, unstable daily income, and almost no means of survival. They lack access to bank loans, health insurance, pension. Meanwhile, complex regulations and high registration costs keep them trapped outside the formal system. But here's what matters. The informal economy shows remarkable resilience and creativity through women and young people who lead innovation in these spaces. And now, digital tools, mobile money, social media, and e-commerce, as we know, are creating real pathways forward. The informal economy is not a problem to eliminate. It's a powerful engine we need to support, protect, and help formalize. As we know, and we have to know that when informal workers thrive, Africa thrives. Thank you so much, Leader Anna. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Leader Eluaisha, for such an insightful presentation. I would like to welcome Leader Fausta, who will take us through the challenges that young women entrepreneurs are facing. Welcome, Leader Fausta.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, as I've been introduced, my name is Miss Fausta. I'm a communication leader from Tanzania. As we discuss the future African young women, we must also acknowledge the challenges that facing young women entrepreneurs. And we understand that across our continent, young women are fully innovating, zealous, and ambitious, but many continue to face barriers such as limited access to finance, business training, mentorship, technology, and market. Also, many carry family and caregiving responsibilities while working hard to build their business. However, for myself, I believe these challenges are not ended to our story, but investing in young women through supportive policy, mentorship, partnership, and the greater access to opportunity. I also acknowledge that when young women entrepreneurs succeed, they create job, strength communities, and contribute to Africa. With that, it is my pleasure to invite the next speaker, and over to you, Madam Leader. Maybe we can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader Fausta. I'd like to welcome the next presenter, Leader Janet, who will take us through the opportunities that are within the informal economy. Welcome, Leader Janet.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Janet Masuka, from Tanzania, as a Business Development Executive Assistant. I'm going to talk about leadership opportunities within the informal economy. In Africa, most women work in the informal economy, selling food, vegetables, clothes, hair, running small shops and stores. We're already learning in our communities, but people don't see it as a leadership. We organize groups, we solve problems in the market, we support each other with saving and advice. The opportunity is big. What should we do? We need to give women training, access to loan, and sit in decision meeting. We should also support women groups and network. And the advantage are clear. First, we create more jobs for women and youth. Second, our community will grow because the informal sector is already big. And the third, we will make better decisions because women understand the real problem in the market. When we support women, leaders, whole community benefit. So for me, leadership in informal economy, it's not about big title, it's about supporting the women who are already learning every day in markets across Africa. Thank you.
For presentation. I would like to welcome Leader Gaudentia, who will take us through why collective action matters. Welcome, Leader Gaudentia.
Thank you so much, Leader Anna, and thank you to all leaders, and thank you to the speakers who have shared their valuable insights. My name is Gaudentia. I'm the Deputy Secretary General from Tanzania. I would also like to add or build on what has already been said by highlighting why corrective action is essential for the future of African young women in the informal economy. Now, the informal economy is the backbone of many African economies, and young women make up a significant part in this workforce. Yet, despite the innovation, many continue to face barriers such as limited access to finance, skills development, market, social protection, and even leadership opportunities. Now, collective action is not just about working together, it's about sharing responsibilities, breaking down these barriers, and ensuring that no young woman is left behind. Because I believe we all believe that when a young woman succeed, families prosper, communities grow stronger, and African futures become more inclusive and sustainable. Now, a single person cannot address these challenges alone, but when we come together as a community, I believe we can create an ecosystem where young women can thrive rather than simply survive. Thank you so much, leaders, for listening. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Leader Gaudentia. I totally agree with you that collective action is necessary to detangle the bottleneck that women are facing in informal economy. So now I would like to we will move to our next speaker, Leader Glory, who will take us through the African Vision 2030.
Thank you, Anna, and I'm extending my thanks to the leaders that have spoke before me, as we are looking towards Africa version of 2030 in connection with informal sectors and how women contribute to it. And as we know, the 2030 aims at building the continent that is self-sustaining and prosperous. And when we look at it, the women takes a very major role when it comes to raising children. So when the women are empowered to be leaders, they will train the children to be leaders, and that will improve and contribute to the 2030. And by investing in women today, we invest in stronger families, a thriving business, resilient communities, and sustainable development. The future of Africa, it all depends on the leadership that we have in Africa. So if we improve the leaders and leadership in Africa, we'll get where we want to where we want and what we want to attain in 2030. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much, Leader Glory, for such an insightful presentation. I would like to welcome our closing presenter who will take us through building women leaders for economic transformation. Welcome, Leader Mario. Leader Miriam.
Hello.
Yes, Leader Miriam. The floor is yours. You have
Okay,
1 minute.
thank you. Good evening, leaders. Thank you, Lidana, for this opportunity. And I'm going to speak about building women leadership for economic transformation. The economic transformation begins with the empowered leaders. To me, when the young women are equipped with knowledge, the confidence, leadership, skills, and different opportunities, they become drivers of innovation, enterprises, and sustainable development. Through fellowship like this, the African Young Women Leaders Fellowship, we can build a new generation of the ethical and the transformation leaders who will now shape the policies, strengthen businesses, and influence decision across Africa. And to me, I believe together as leaders, we are moving from participation to leadership to potential. We are moving from potential to impact, and also we are moving further from informal economy to decision making table. Thank you so much, leaders, and thank you so much, Leader Anna.
Thank you. I love the closing statement that we are moving from potential to impact leaders. Now we will move to our next session, and it will be an interactive continental dialogue where young women leaders from across Africa will share their experience and practical solutions. I would like to invite Leader Gabriel to facilitate the session. Leader Gabriel?
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Linda. Good evening to every single person here. We are thrilled to have you here. We are most happy to have you here, and it is a blessing to be here. I'd like to thank the leaders for giving me an opportunity to facilitate the session, and I look forward to learning more. So, without further ado, I would like to call upon Leader Faith from Nigeria, who will be speaking about breaking barriers to leadership and decision making. Leader Faith, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Thank
Good
you.
evening. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Faith Onita. I'm speaking from Nigeria. I'll be speaking on breaking barriers on leadership and decision making. When young African women are excluded from decision making, it isn't just fair. It's unfair. It threatens our public and our food security. Now, my name is Faith Onita. I'm a food scientist. I'm a public health practitioner, and I'm a Red Cross volunteer. I operate on the front lines of community crisis. Therefore, despite holding first-hand solutions, I am consistently excluded from the fact that there is a high-level tables where policies and political policies are actually made. So therefore, this fellowship is actually my turning point where I'm here to master the strategic decision making, so I can dismantle the structural roadblocks that keeps young, capable women like me, like you, sidelined. I'm ready to use this training to transform food and health systems across Africa. It is time we stop managing the aftermath of bad policies and start engineering the solutions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Leader Faith, for such insight and your own personal experiences with that as well. I'd like to take the opportunity to invite our second speaker, who will be speaking on women influencing policy and economic development. Leader Martha, are you there? Leader Martha from South Sudan, are you present?
She is present, leader. Her microphone is on mute.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Leader Gabriela, can we move to the next speaker? I think Leader Martha might have a little issue.
Okay, no problem. We will return to Leader Martha when the opportunity comes. I will be extending to our next speaker. She will be speaking on organizing across sectors. Can we invite Leader Tumelo from South Africa?
Thank you, Leader. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Good evening, distinguished leaders and fellow young women across Africa. My name is Tumelo Ngateko Mnisi from South Africa. serving under business development and CSI executive. I'll be speaking about organizing across sectors is not about collaboration. It is about creating a unified economy for Africans' development. The challenges facing our continent, including unemployment, poverty, inequality, and limited market access, cannot be solved by one sector alone. We need stronger partnerships between government, the private sector, academia, civil society, and informal economy. When these sectors work together, we unlock the innovation, investment, skills, development, and sustainable opportunities for young people and women. As young leaders, our role is to build bridges, strengthen networks, and promote solutions that move communities from survival to sustainable economic participation. Through cross-sector collaboration, we can transform local initiatives into continental impact. If we are serious about Vision 2030, we must move from working in silos to working as one Africa, one network, and one movement for inclusive economic development. Thank you. In closing, I would like to say Africans' greatest resource is not what lies beneath our soul, but what we can achieve when we organize across sectors and unite behind a shared vision. Thank you, leaders.
Thank you so much, Leader Tumelo, for that insightful, very powerful presentation. Allow me to move on to our next speaker. She will be speaking on strengthening collaboration between country chapters, Leader Donata from Tanzania. Leader Donata, are you present?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Donata, she has an emergency. I will speak on behalf of her.
Thank you, Leader.
In this topic, we can say that one of our greatest strengths is not what we can achieve as individually, but we believe that we can do it together. The African Young Women Leaders Fellowship brings us together from different countries and culture and different experience, but it united by one shared vision. This vision help us to create positive change across continent, but also help us in strengthening collaboration between our countries, chapters, which means sharing knowledge, supporting one another, as we have seen in this conference. Different countries have done different sessions here, but also it helps us in celebrating our diversity, working together, but also address different common challenges around the countries. But also it helps us building partnerships that empower women entrepreneurs, amplify our voice, and creating opportunities that no single country can achieve alone. By saying that, I can say this fellowship is not only a fellowship, but it's a place where we can exchange our ideas, we can learn from one another, but also building lasting friendship that will shape the future of Africa. What I can say this evening is, together we are stronger, together we are leaders, together we will transform the Africa we want. Thank you so much, leaders.
Thank you, Leader Gladness. I think you really embodied that really well, strengthening collaboration, how you stepped in for our fellow leader who wasn't there. So we extend our thank you further to Leader Donata as well. Without further ado, I will be presenting our next speaker, who will be speaking on building continental networks of young women leaders. I'm introducing Leader Sarah from Uganda.
Hello everyone. Can all of you hear me? My name is Sarah Chembo from Uganda. I'm very excited to be here to be part of this platform. I'll be discussing about building continental networks for young women leaders. I believe that if we want more young women to influence policies and lead change, we must strengthen how we connect, collaborate, and support one another across Africa. So we need to build networks that create opportunities, Networking should not end at exchanging the phone contacts, the conference rooms, but we must strengthen how we connect. So through continental networks, we should help young women to access mentorship, find funding and business opportunities, learn from one another's experience, and building partnerships across different countries. Building continental networks using technology across Africa. Technology has removed geographical barriers. As young women leaders, we should use digital platforms to share opportunities, promote business, organize webinars and mentorship sessions to collaborate on projects across borders. So we are supposed to promote projects across countries to learn from one another in order to promote leadership for young women. Collaboration over competition. Let's not look at a one woman's success as somebody's barrier. One of the big problem or the lesson we should embrace is that one woman's success does not reduce our own opportunities. Instead of competing, we should celebrate each other's achievements, share knowledge, mentor young new leaders, and build partnerships. When women support women, communities and economies grow stronger. So, as African Young Women Leadership Fellows, we need to establish permanent continent alumni network that keep fellows connected after such kind of programs to keep on mentoring one another for the success of all of us. The country chapters should always organize regular virtual dialogues and joint projects so collaboration continues throughout the year after the year. So as young women receive mentorship in leadership, entrepreneurship, and policy engagement to prepare them for decision-making roles. We need to create digital platforms where members can share funding opportunities, jobs, research, and business ideas to keep the collaboration ongoing. As we are moving from informal economy to decision-making tables,
Please note
we
you have 1
require
minute to wind up.
Yes, we require ambitions, we require unity, we require collaboration, mentorship, and strong continental networks. This come together, we hold each other for betterment of our young women leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you so much to all the leaders who contributed to this section. I think the one core message that we can all take from this particular session reminds me of a poem from Marion that says that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but we are powerful beyond measure. So together we can achieve greatness. Without further ado, we are moving on to our next topic, which I will be stepping down, and I will be inviting Lady Maxim to take over from here. Thank you so much, leaders.
Okay, thank you, Leader Gabriel. I would like to welcome our next presenter, Leader Gladness Kampa, who will present to us, who will speak about the CITESA Leadership Framework. She will tell us all about it. Welcome, Leader Gladness Kampa.
Thank you so much, leader. Good evening, distinguished leaders, colleagues, and young women leaders from across Africa and outside Africa. Today, I would love all of you to learn more about CITESA Leadership Framework, and you have to know where it is coming from and why it is very important for the leadership positions. This leadership framework developed by Informal Economy Development Forum, and it is designed to develop ethical, value-based, and transformational leaders who can strengthen communities, grow enterprises, and contribute to Africa economic transformation. The CITESA leadership, it has 5 values. The first one is spirituality, The second is sense making. And the third one is visioning. The fourth one is relationship. And the fifth is implementation. But as I've said, it is only started a short form. It has a long form, which C stands for call. Here we can say that leadership begins purpose. Every great leader begins with a call. A call is choosing to respond to a purpose rather than yourself. It is saying yes to leadership even when you feel unqualified. But also, for IDF, our call is clear. We unite the informal economy and fight poverty through servant leadership. Every leader should ask, why am I here? Why does my work matter? But also, who am I called to serve? So once you finish here, just ask yourself these three questions. Why you are here? Why does your work matter? But who you are called to serve? It will give you the meaning of your leadership. But also it will provide the purpose and leadership. You will not lose direction. The second alphabet is T, which is train. Here, you must know that you have a potential, but that potential must be developed. An African proverb it say, give a person a fish and you feed them for a day. But when you teach them to fish, you will feed them for a lifetime. So for the train, it means transform potential into competence. Many people have passion, but passion without preparation can quick fade. Effective leaders commit themselves to continuous learning, mentorship, practical experience, personal growth. A leader who stops learning eventually stops leading. The goal of training is not simply to gain knowledge, it's to develop leaders who can mentor and empower others. The third one is A. A stands for authority. This means you empower others to lead. Another proverb, African proverb, reminds us that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go together. Leadership is not about controlling people, it's about trusting people. Authority means empowering others to make decisions, solve problems, and lead with confidence. This means when leaders delegate responsibility, they send two powerful messages. I trust you, and you are capable. True leadership multiply leaders rather than followers. So we are here to learn, but also we are here to make sure that we will multiply others to lead in different sectors. The fourth one is S, which stands for send. Here is leadership create impact. Calling prepare us, training equip us, authority empower us, sending activate us. The knowledge that we get has little value if it will not be applied. So we have to go out and apply what we have learned. Leaders are called to leave the classroom and create change in communities, organization, business, and nation. Once we are done with this training, I bet you leaders to go out and do the impact to different areas that we have been called. Sending is not abandonment, it is a confidence in people and the ability to create lasting impact. Leadership is measured not by what we know, but what we do. So, as the Bible says, the faith without action, it is dead. The last alphabet is A, which stands for accountability. The accountability, transform require accountability. Leadership does not end when people are sent. It has to continue thoroughly accountability. Accountability keeps leaders aligned with the mission. Without accountability, vision fade, skills stagnate, authority is misused, and impact decline. Accountability allows leaders to reflect, learn, improve, and celebrate progress. No wonder in different projects we do have monitoring and evaluation because it helps us to be accountable. For IDF, accountability is embedded in everything we do. Leaders are expected to report, share lessons, and continuously improve so that the mission continues to create meaningful impact. So that's why we do have the monthly and weekly country reports. But in conclusion, I can say the STASA leadership journey is a model, not an acronym. It is a leadership journey. Call give us purpose, train prepare us, authority empower us, send create impact, accountability sustain transformation. With these 5 together, we can develop leaders who are equipped to serve with integrity, inspire change, strengthen communities, and contribute to Africa economic transformation. As young women leaders, we are not simply preparing for leadership in future, we are leading today. Let's answer the call, commit to learning, empower others, take action, and remain accountable as we build a stronger Africa. Thank you so much, leaders.
Thank you so much, Leader Gladness. I like the closing statement that STATA is not just an acronym, it is the model that will shape young women to be a servant leader. So with that, I would like to welcome the next speaker, who will introduce us to the Micro and Informal Enterprise Award Program. Please welcome Leader Zainab from Tanzania. Leader Zainab, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Leader Anna. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. My name is Zainab Saeed, General Secretary from Tanzania. I apologize if my voice sounds a little scratchy this evening, as I have a sore throat. However, as a leader who is learning and growing through this fellowship, I will persevere through this inconvenience. I'm excited to be here with all of you today as we witness and contribute to this important conversation together. Thank you. I am going to present about Micro and Informal Enterprises Awards, MIEA, a strategic catalyst for global continental development. The Micro and Informal Enterprises Awards, MIEA, operates as a flagship development engine for the Informal Economy Development Forum's IEDF Vision of 2030 by professionalizing and scaling informal enterprises. MIEA directly aligns with major international continental frameworks, which are 4 of them. ILO Recommendation 204. MIEA directly advances the objectives of ILO Recommendation 204, which provides guidance on facilitating the transition of workers and economic units from the informal to the formal economy. Excuse me. African Union Agenda 2063. MIEA supports the Agenda 2063 vision of an integrated, prosperous, and inclusive continent by fostering the economic transformation required to move Africa towards value-added, sustainable employment. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. MIEA serves as a practical intervention for achieving the SDGs by promoting poverty reduction, decent work, economic growth, and gender equality. IEDF Vision of 2030. As the primary vehicle for Vision 2030, MIEA is the platform designed to mobilize leadership and strengthen the informal economy to build a connected ecosystem of entrepreneurs. Why? Why are we driving economic sovereignty? The MIEA is designed to identify, develop, assess, support, and register 10,000 informal and micro enterprises. It serves as a pilot phase for the broader Vision of 2030 goal of supporting 1 million informal businesses. By moving businesses from the informal sector to a structured, leadership-driven ecosystem, MIEA promotes long sustainability and global market participation. The facts: why accountability and scale of this margin? The exponential growth. The program targets 10,000 businesses by October 2026 launch. Leadership accountability. The model requires that every level of management is responsible for the performance of the level immediately below them. Strategic partnerships. Success relies on acquiring 50 corporate partners, 100 investors, and 20 government partnerships. Performance tracking. A leadership dashboard monitors weekly targets for recruitment, assessment, development to ensure transparency and results. The phases: there is a 10-stage progression pipeline. The key performance indicator for MIEA is not merely a registration, but the systematic progression of businesses through the following pipeline. Number 1, stage 1, registration, or in other words, registered. We have a target of 10,000. Stage 2, assessed. We have a target of 8,000. Stage 3, development program, we have a target of 6,000. Stage 4, directly listed, we have a target of 5,000. Stage 5, market ready, we have a target of 3,000. Stage 6, trade ready, we have a target of 10,000. Stage 7, investment ready, we have a target of 250. Stage 8, pitch challenge finalists, we have a target of 100. Stage 9, awards finalists, we have a target of 50. And finally, in our Stage 10, continental winners, we have a target of 15 to 20 enterprises. Our target, the 2026 benchmark, by the Met Global Conference in October 2026, the program aims to have 10,000 enterprises registered and allocated to their respective sectors. Beyond 2026, the MIA expansion strategy scales to 25,000 businesses in 2027, 100,000 in 2028, 350,000 in 2029, and finally 100,000 by 2030. Our closing remarks: we stand at the threshold of a new economic era for Africa. MIER is more than just a program. It is a movement that bridges the gap between potential and prosperity. By committing to this 10-stage journey, we are not building businesses. We are building the foundation of a resilient, inclusive, empowered continent. As we move toward the Met Global Conference, let us remain steadfast in our accountability and ambitious in our growth. Together, we are turning the vision of 1 million thriving businesses into a reality. One informal economy, one voice, one future. Thank you. Back to you, Leader Anna.
Thank you, Leader Zainab, for such a visionary presentation. We shall now proceed to our next presenter, who will, take us on fellowship pledge. Juliet Rory, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Yes, I'm here. Sorry. Thank you so much. Let us now unite in one spirit, one purpose, and one voice as we affirm our commitment to the values and vision of the Africa Young Women Leaders Fellowship through our pledge. Today, we stand united as members of the Africa Young Women Leaders Fellowship. We commit ourselves to lead with integrity, courage, and purpose. We pledge to uphold the highest standards of ethical leadership, accountability, and service. We embrace the spirit of Pan-Africanism, united in advancing a prosperous, peaceful, and inclusive Africa. Guided by Ubuntu, I am because we are. We will lead with compassion, respect, and a commitment to uplifting one another. We commit to applying the CTA SA leadership model by calling, training, empowering, sending, and remaining accountable as transformational leaders. We commit to working together across Africa, building partnerships founded on unity, respect, and collaboration. We will empower women entrepreneurs, champion innovation, and create opportunities that transform lives and communities. We will advance the growth and recognition of Africa's informal economy as a driver of inclusive and sustainable development. We will serve as ambassadors for economic transformation, peace, and positive change, inspiring others through our actions and leadership. This is our pledge. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader Julia. Am I audible? Okay, now is the moment that we have all been waiting for, the Ubuntu movement. I am because we are. An official launch of informal economic song coordinated by the leader Bianca Moyo and Leader Juliet. You're very welcome, leaders.
Thank you so much, Leader Anna. I want to welcome all the leaders in the house. The time we're waiting for is here. Hope we are all excited wherever we are. As we officially unveil this anthem, let every leader remind us that Africa rises together. One people, one vision, one voice. Together, we will move the informal economy from the margins of the decision-making table and create opportunities that leave no one behind. It is now my honor to invite every fellow, every leader, every African watching today to stand, to sing, and become part of the Ubuntu movement. One Africa, one voice, one informal economy. Thank you, Leader Anna. Over to you.
Thank you, Bianca. I would like to welcome Leader Maxine or Juliet to introduce the song.
Thank you, leaders. I hope everyone's got their sound on loud. I hope you're standing. If you want to put on your videos, put it on. If you want to take it off on mute and sing along, this is a very big milestone for the informal economy at large. So I want you to enjoy this moment, but feel every bit of it. Okay. One moment, leaders.
Africa to the world now. IDF, rise up, rise up.
Leaders,
One informal economy. One voice.
One voice.
Drums of the township, fire in the street. Heartbeat of the people, moving with the beat. Hands in the market, dreams in the sky. From the ground to the top, now watch us rise high. From Cape Town to Lagos, Nairobi to Ghana, kings and queens rising with power and honor. Mothers are grinding, fathers are strong. Youth with the vision, now singing the song. No more silence, no more delay. We build the future starting today. Trade in the morning, hustle all night. Turning to global lights. Hands up high if you can do it. Hands up high, let the change begin. Move your feet, let the nation see. The people are the economy. One informal economy. One voice, dance to the rhythm, make some noise. Africa rising, hear our sound. Global power shaking the ground. Informal economy. One voice, stand together, make the choice. Bring poverty, open the door. We run the future forevermore. Left to the right now. Step in the light now. Move with the fire now. Rise up. One voice, one dream, one power, one team. One voice, one dream. Workers with pride, walking in stride, street by street, build the lane. Sun after storm, joy after pain. We got the markets, we got the skill. Nothing can stop a united world. System for growth, systems to last. Building tomorrow from lessons past. Hands up high if you can do it. Hands up high, let the change begin. Move your feet, let the nation see. The people are the economy. One informal economy. One voice. That voice. The rhythm makes some noise. Africa rising, hear our sound. Go.
One voice for the
feel the struggle, dance it out.
Yes!
If you know the dream,
No, we need the lyrics. We need the lyrics so we can sing along.
We are proud.
Yes, we need the lyrics.
From the dark come light. From the people comes power, and the future is bright. One informal economy, one voice. Jump with the people, make some noise. Africa rising, global flame. IEDF changing the game. One informal economy, one voice. Millions standing, hearts rejoice. Dancing unity, strong and free. The people hold the victory. One voice, one voice.
One voice. I'm telling you, IEDF is the problem.
That's us! That's us, guys! That's us!
It's so unbelievable.
That is us! IEDF to the world! Yo! Yo!
Ubuntu movement.
Okay,
Humanity.
that is an excitement right there.
Ubuntu. Yeah.
United,
Ubuntu.
one voice. Yes, well, Ubuntu. So, leaders, with such an excitement, we have come to the end of our session today. And I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you, the speakers, leaders, the organizers, and delegates that have contributed to this important continental gathering. I would like to welcome Lady Maxine if she has the last word of closing before we close the meeting. Leader Maxine, you're welcome.
Thank you, Leader Anna. Thank you to every single youth leader, young women leaders that works tirelessly for impact. I get to experience your journey every single moment of the day. In the IEDF, our slogan remains as not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And tonight, leaders, you have stood in unity, not through one country, but through Africa. And I want to give each and every one of you a huge applause for what you've done for your first conference, but more importantly, that you understand the why. Oh, why am I here? Why am I doing what I'm doing? This journey is all about purpose and impact. Many say that we are building for the future of the youth. The youth is now. They are building it, they are creating it, and they're not stopping. The sleepless nights that you give me, it's a humble experience to see how every one of you show up without failure. We are launching this song tomorrow across every single platform. It's not about the song, it's about the unification, because we are on a mission and no one can stop us because it's ordained. There will be a campaign that is going up that is spearheaded by Zimbabwe. They are challenging all the countries across Africa through this challenge. Their video is out. What can your country do through this movement of Ubuntu? In South Africa, I've learned, even though I am a South African, I've learned the word a gap. Leader Violet, am I saying it correct? A gap.
Yes, Mama, the gap we are bridging right now. Oh my God.
A gap. It's the highest form of love. So through this leadership, let us stand firmly together in unity. Let us stand firmly in building, but let us stand firmly in opening the floodgates for everyone to be a part of. No one should be left behind. Thank you for an amazing conference, for the wisdom that you have granted everyone tonight, and for showing off what unity looks like when we work together across nations. A blessed evening, everyone. Thank you once again. Good night.
Thank you, Leader Maxine.
Good night. God loves you, Agape. Wow. This is our way.
Good night, leaders.
Good night, economy. One voice, guys. One voice. One voice.
Thank you for attending, leaders.
One voice.
One voice.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.